Kyler Murray signed a huge extension, 5 years, $230 million, sort of like Deshaun Watson, except not all of it was guaranteed. Some of it was guaranteed. A lot of it was guaranteed. That's, I guess, what I'm sort of my takeaway is how these quarterback contracts are evolving. Also, I think, Kyler, you could argue, is worth it. I mean, to me, he's every bit as talented as Deshaun Watson. He's a couple years younger. I mean, I don't know if he's ever going to put together the type of seasons that Deshaun did, but I think he could. I mean, we'll see. We shall see. I think you can justify the contract, but what's your takeaway from it?
You can absolutely justify the contract because the only reason that the Cardinals ever win games is because of Kyler Murray. Let's just put that out there.
I think he's really, really good.
Let's just put that out there.
I don't think his coach gives him any favors either. It's more like, hey,
no,
Kyler,
he does
run
not.
around, please. Yeah.
He doesn't. Hey, Kyler, here's the play call. It's a terrible call, and he makes something out of nothing.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's also pretty crazy that it's 42.5 per or something like that, or 46.5 per.
Yeah.
And still second in the league. Aaron Rodgers makes 50 M's a year. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Here's the thing. It's pretty funny. Kyler Murray got an extension after he removed all his stuff off of IG. Man, that could happen.
Oh, wow.
God. Oh, wow.
I guess he didn't ruin his reputation.
Seems so. Yeah. What a bad guy, man. All right. Sorry. I just had to throw it out there just because there was a lot of overblown, outrage over that stuff. He's absolutely worth it. What I want to point out, we make a lot of fun of Cliff Kingsbury for being bad later in the season in the NFL. I want to point something else out. In college with Texas Tech, Patrick Mahomes, Baker Mayfield was his quarterback. The same exact months are the same exact months that Cliff Kingsbury falls off a cliff. Yeah. Oh, I like that. Cliff Kingsbury off a cliff. You like that? That's bars. Here's the thing. Here's why Kyler's worth every single dollar of this. Because the only reason that they have a chance to fall off is because of Kyler Murray. If Josh Rosen was their quarterback, they would be Grant, not to disrespect.
2-14. They proved that. Right. They already proved that one. Yeah.
100%, man. So he is worth it. He is. He's a thorn in the 49ers side whenever he plays them because he runs around like a kid who just stole something, or you tell it come right back. He's really good. I'll give him that, man. But
it really shows how the league is changing financially. Like when we were kids, it was all about, not spending big and being frugal and having sort of like a middle class of players. Like now it's a spenders league. The cap is exploding. People don't even acknowledge it anymore. And if you really want to compete, you got to be rich. You got to be. It really does. It's being a super rich owner is a competitive advantage again, for the first time in 30 years in the NFL. And I think that's why owners are pissed at the Browns because Haslam is super duper rich. And he flexed that money. He was like, because there's that, they call it the funding rule. If you give out guaranteed money, you have to literally put it all in an escrow account. So they're going to put $200 and whatever million in an escrow account in Cleveland for Deshaun, and they can afford that. I don't think the Bidwells can afford that. And so they did the best they could. A lot of owners probably can't or don't want to. And I wonder where the Yorks fall on that one because they've never given out more than about $40 million guaranteed. So there's a new landscape financially in the NFL. And if you're not willing to empty those pockets, then move aside.
Yeah, and this is the way of the league. You sign a contract, you got the biggest one in the league. I'll sign a contract, I got the biggest one in the league, and so on and so forth and so on and so forth. And that's what's going to happen as you go forward. For a while, Jimmy Garoppolo had the most that any quarterback's ever made. That was completely blown out the next contract going forward and everything as well. It's just the way of the league. Also, just to get back to the Instagram stuff, he scrubbed all of his Instagram, all of that, and he got what he wanted.
Yep.
It's a negotiation tactic, guys. You may not like the way they're doing it, but it's no disrespect to you. Yeah. It's so they can get paid and make them worry more than anything. So, I think that's the story. That's the moral of the story here is Kyler sweeps all this away and then, he's out. Nah, you're just putting them under the pressure to make sure that they do it.
Let's spin this forward to the Niners, though. So the Niners have a young, gifted quarterback as well. And he's under contract for a while. But Kyler Murray, all right, 3 years in the league, a record of 22, 23-1, a quarterback rating of 93.9. We got 70 touchdown passes, 34 picks, $230 million. You know what I'm saying?
0-1 in the playoffs.
0-1 in the playoffs. Like he showed some flashes, and I think he's really, really talented. But it's not like his resume is just ironclad. So if Trey Lance does the same, right? He didn't even play his rookie. If he has 2 years where he shows some flashes, maybe he's a Pro Bowler. Do you understand how much money the Niners are going to have to cough up for him? I mean, that's the market right now.
Thank God the salary cap is exploding. But I would ask you this: Arizona's backed into a corner too, because if you don't sign Kyler Murray and you let him walk, someone else will. Wait, what are you gonna do?
Well, what I would do, what you could do is trade a guy like Kyler Murray for the number 1 pick, but you couldn't do that this year. You couldn't do that. Maybe you could have done it last year or next year, but
that's why the Niners traded up to 3, because a lot of people felt there were 5 guys that were going to be franchise changers, and they wanted to get
0 this year, unless you like
0
his
0 this year, unless Malik balls out, which I hope he does. He got disrespected by being in the 3rd.
What about Kenny Pickett and his gloves?
Christ, man.
No,
you know what Pittsburgh did? Pittsburgh said, we're not making the same mistake. We let Dan Marino get away. He went to Pittsburgh. We're never going to let another Pittsburgh quarterback get away from us.
Ricardo Viramontes says, what's up, guys? I was watching a highlight tape of Trey, and wow, his swiftness in the pocket is almost unmatched, and Kyle's PB will make it easy for Trey. Yeah, well put. His swiftness in the pocket is one of the things that popped out immediately to me. He's very hard to sack him, I thought.
Yeah. And you know, the thing is you just have to collapse the pocket on him, and this isn't even really a short joke. He can't see over. So that's when he's going to start to scramble. If you set the edge, he can't get outside because he looks to move outside.
No, I'm talking Trey. Trey. He's talking Trey
okay.
here. I mean, to me, like the quickest dude in the pocket in the league, obviously, is Kyler Murray. I thought Trey was very quick, especially for a big guy.
He was, and then he was too quick other times, right? So there's a play, I believe I think it's the Houston game, right, where he kind of looks at the one guy and it's not there, and he kind of takes off, but Juice is like running like by himself, and like you even see Juice throw his hands up. So look, that's all going to come with time, though. That's all going to come with reps. That's not a big deal.
Because if Jimmy Garoppolo was on the field, he would have seen Juice and then he would have overthrown him. Yeah, which is better.